Candlelight creeps through the doorway as the frame of an old man walks into his bedroom. He sets the candle down on his armoire and pulls off his jacket, shaking off the cold. Portraits of what must be his grandchildren hang on the wall, handwritten notes tucked into the corners. He sits down at his desk below the paintings and unlatches a drawer to the side, producing an envelope. He unseals it and pulls out 3 sheets of parchment. Tattered and torn, they have crudely marked tallies covering the whole page. A number circled in red at the bottom. He scowls and then nods. And reaching back into the drawer, he pulls out a small stack of folded parchment and presses them open and flattens them on the desk. He fans them out, revealing hundreds and hundreds of hash marks. Hello and welcome to another adventure on Myths and Mystics. We are a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast. To my right is Gerald Waldrop as Xaeryn, the Changeling Avenger.
Hail and well met.
Natasha Waldrop as Vanya, the half-drow assassin.
Level 5.
Level 5. And Matt Murphy as Stone, the human mystic.
I'm so beefy now. It's ridiculous.
Beefy. You know, everyone talks when they're talking about people being beefy. There aren't too many people that get described as beefy and cheesy.
Beefy and cheesy.
But beef and cheese do go to work.
They're phenomenal. Whenever Arby's finally was like, you know what if we put cheddar on this? Everyone was like, well, wait, can we do that? It was a beefy sandwich.
I still prefer mine with horsey sauce.
Yes. The horsey sauce. Yes. Arby's not a sponsor. And I'm Steve Messenger, your dungeon master. Thanks for joining us again for another adventure. Where we left off, our heroes were tailing some guards, trying to find out more about this Corvits fellow who had put out this massive, decree to bring in the plague-like folks.
He's pretty much Hitler, I think, at this point.
Well, they're trying to clean up the plague. Those are the vandals, the bandits, the thieves, the murderers.
Everyone they don't like.
Right. Because maybe there's a broad stroke being painted right now, but effectively, our heroes made their way over to the barracks where they found out some more information where Corvits might be located, and they determined that he was living in the Royals district, which is a very well-to-do portion of the of Orin. And they found an area that was the walls were a little bit lower. They were able to scale up there, and the 3 of them are now standing on a balcony about 20 feet up. And as they made their way up there, seems as though a sentry that's in the house is coming their way.
I'm gonna push him with my new power. It's like everyone's trigger happy with their new abilities.
Wait, I got this. Double attack.
Push. I'm gonna grapple him. I'm gonna blow all my side points on this.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Just kidding. That's not happening.
So as you're standing here on this balcony, why don't you roll a quick perception check for me, just to get a lay of the land? Let's see what I give you here. Shiny dice.
Oh,
19.
He sees it all.
20.
rolled a 20 there. So that is 25.
24 here.
All right. So most of you see like the beautiful surroundings and everything else. Stone sees that you're all living in a simulation, and that by bending the code by your will, you have now discovered new powers.
Yes.
No. So
I leveled just now.
you you look around. This mansion that you're at, you're effectively on the second floor, which means that the first floor is massive. And looking up, it looks like there's another third floor where there's some master bedrooms and suites. It does look as though if you wanted to make an escape upwards, there's some room up that way. But looking off to the sides, there's a pretty steep drop down, but there's some shrubbery down there. Some shrubs. Shrubbery? A shrubbery. And you do happen to notice that, I will say from your vantage point, you can look down into, there's a big, very nice stone road that kind of does a lap around the neighborhood there. It looks like down on the road, there's one of the Titans. He's down there. And he's just kind of milling about. So there seems to be a fair amount of security. It does look, though, as though there might be some spots where if someone's coming out here on this balcony, which where we left, that's what was happening. There was someone scouting things out. Looks like there might be some areas you can tuck away to the side next to some pillars if you want to hide.
Yes. I said stealthing when we went up here, so I want to be hiding.
Okay.
You want me to roll for stealth?
Yeah. If you're gonna hide, let's do it.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna do that
I'll step
until they
behind.
say otherwise. Anyway.
Okay. Is everyone hiding? Is that what we're doing?
Same. I'll try.
19.
Well, if they're gonna hide,
I don't know, last time y'all did this, Xaeryn was just like, I'm just going to stand here.
Xaeryn doesn't find a place to hide.
Like Big Bird hiding behind a telephone pole or whatever.
what was
Like
that? A stealth? That's a 6 for
I'm
stone.
going to out loud complain that they took the good hiding spots.
Hey, where are you guys gonna hide?
All right. So Vanya pushes up against one of these pillars on either side of the double doors coming out. And Stone and Xaeryn, as you make your
Fight
way on.
over where to hide.
I said I Stop it. Keep it down. So you two try to make your way over, and as you're making your way off to the sides, you see the figure with the he's
Torch?
got a torch. Thank you.
The thing that has
Struggling
the
or-
fire on the end, there's light.
Match? No. He freezes in place, and then you see him spin on his heel, and he books it down the hall, and you can hear shouting.
Kind of shouting. What is he shouting?
He's
He's
saying,
not. He hears shouting.
"Have you heard of the Arby's beefy cheesy combo?" No, he's shouting, "There's trouble on the balcony! There's trouble on the balcony!"
He lies. There's no trouble here.
Roll deception. No. So he's run off to go get some help. What do you want to do?
Leave the balcony. This is my idea.
I want to assassinate him. I mean, okay, if he's already gotten the call out, assassinating him's not going to help a whole lot.
No,
Right.
helps him already on the way.
And there's no way I could have done it already.
too.
Stone's running
All right.
Where are you running to, buddy?
a new spot.
The next building over.
So you could make your way up onto the roof here. The third floor is much more condensed, so there is a fair amount of like shingles off and around the sides. So you can make your way up on top of that, or you could drop down.
I think I want to get further than the immediate next building over.
Okay.
That just seems like they would look at this one and then go, "Oh yeah, like there they are, right there." So probably drop down.
Okay.
I want to go inside. He's leaving.
Well, that's not a bad point. If you look inside, is there an opposite direction that we could just walk in here now?
It looks as though he was running down towards. There's a big stairway that kind of cuts down to a platform and goes down to the first floor. And you saw him run downstairs. So there could be free reign of the second floor.
Could be trapped in the second floor.
Could be a whole house of traps.
They could say they're not on the balcony. Let's make sure they didn't go inside.
They could
How
also
far did he get?
check outside.
He He's
He's
just now
gone.
running down the steps.
Just now running down the steps.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah.
So much.
Got to use some new stuff here.
All right.
Let's just do it.
Okay.
Does that mean we're going in?
I'm going to use grasp.
Okay.
You attempt to grasp a creature in telekinetic energy and hold it captive. As an action, you choose one creature within 60 feet.
This will go well.
He's got to succeed on a strength save or be grappled by you until my concentration ends. And I'm very smart. Anything else? So he's on a strength save, and it's my intelligence plus proficiency bonus.
He definitely did not beat that. So as he's
All right.
running down the steps,
I
what's it
grab
look
this. I grab him by the throat and pin him on the ground.
Okay, so there's a lot of like the torch
Yep.
goes flying.
Now,
and he's
Mystic
kicking
Hand.
his feet around.
Let's say I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Can I mystic hand over his mouth to prevent him
It's probably
from?
concentration on both.
That's
right?
the DM ruling there.
His mouth is probably less than 18.5 pounds of force. Yeah, to talk.
Right.
I'll just use John's hand. Just put it in his mouth, like bridled. Here.
I will allow the mystic hand.
Okay, all right.
Psi hand.
Keep
if you
John's
will.
hand in my pocket.
So, so as soon as he makes it to that platform, he slams down, and as he's trying to break free, Psi hand goes over his face. Mystic hand goes over his face,
Yes.
and it's all muffled. I'll allow it.
Yes.
Do we hear any other commotion now?
From where you're standing, it's really hard to hear inside. Like his yelling was a bit muffled through the heavy pane glass doors. Maybe there's more people inside, maybe there's not.
Do I see any? Not just here, do I see any?
No.
Is the door locked?
You put your hand on there, and the thing pops open.
Do we want to go inside, see if this is the house?
We're gonna need to start somewhere. So, all right.
I kind of need to stay here and think about just this.
There's a little situation here now in.
Its concentration does not actually require you to keep a line of sight on him. It
Okay.
just restricts you from using multiple concentration abilities.
But maybe
Oh.
you should move him out of sight. Yeah?
Can I
Yeah,
drag him?
You sure can.
Yeah. All right. Drag him out to
the steps.
Hitman style,
Just smacks his head on the step, and
Right.
now he's
behind a corner.
You know
Okay,
what? Bring
well.
him to me. Bring him to me.
Oh no.
All right.
okay. So
I'm sorry.
the body, the body thumps up the steps,
Yes.
kind of rippling up,
It's like reverse falling.
and now
As he comes toward me, I'm just gonna hold my hand out.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, take all the credit. Like this was you. looking
all the
looking like
glory
Vader.
stolen.
Yeah.
Nobody in this universe knows who Vader is. Okay.
Actually, in this universe, everyone knows who
Yeah.
Darth Vader is.
Yeah.
He's more popular than
I'm gonna use that to add to my
Potter.
intimidation.
And see all the ads for Darth Vader on the journeys here. The
so.
billboards.
This body is now sliding right up to you. He's at your feet, and he
Pick him up.
pops up, and you now have him by the throat.
We need not cause you any unnecessary trouble. We have one question that you must answer if you wish to live. I'll take the hand out of him.
What is your name? What is your favorite color?
What the hell are you guys doing? What are you doing up here?
Quiet. One answer. Does Corvits live here?
No, not Corvits. No, this isn't his house.
Maybe
Fine.
you should have asked him in which house.
In which house
You
does
said
Corvits?
one, you said one question.
Yeah,
said
I have one more question.
I suppose
Where does Corvits live?
he says
Less dramatic.
he across the way. He's on the opposite side. It's like a pale yellow house. It's over. And he's trying to point, but it's directly behind him. He's facing the other way. It's directly across the square. Yeah,
you
put
doing?
me down.
I'm gonna hit him with the hilt of my
I was thinking
scimitar
that
at this
too.
point. This is a knockout. Yep, we got our
Excellent.
info.
Okay, roll strength check.
I'm pretty strong.
Can he use
I don't know.
his psychic grasp?
I want to see him use this hilt. he said he wants to use the hilt.
Okay. Do I still get the bonus from the weapon?
Is he like, ow?
Yeah, I'll give you a bonus.
Okay, it's got a +6.
Okay, go and roll. The dice. Roll the.
All right. Yeah.
Roll the dice.
Check it all. Had to check all the dice.
As a bonus action, can't you get +3 to all your attacks?
Boom. That's a 19
Oh, good.
on the die. So
Look
that's
at
25.
that.
All right.
I'm accidentally murdered him.
Oh, that hurt. Quit hitting me.
One more question.
Wait, what? No, you said it was just the one.
Come on, I knocked this guy out.
He's not knocked out. He has to be knocked out.
He's knocked out.
Kaboom. All right.
Wait, what's he wearing?
Wait, Stone, I had another question.
Oh, revive him.
I'm kidding. Let's go.
And then I knock him out again.
He's wearing a lighter version of the armor that the other guards had. It does have like the blue and white sort of checkered pattern on it. He's not wearing the ring mail underneath, but his boots, gloves, that sort of stuff is much nicer fare than what the others
I
had.
think. Does it look like it would fit me?
It looks about your size, buddy. I know you're not big on wearing shirts.
Yeah. Well, I've just been waiting for the right one.
You're like Randy from Trailer Park Boys.
Well, this one looks befitting of Stone.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna find a place to hide his body
Okay.
And
and don his outfit.
I will shift my armor to look like his and my face to look like his.
Okay.
Very good.
And I will stealth.
Perfect. Okay. So we now have two fairly convincing guards and Shadow moving around.
Yes. So this is the part where in everything ever, this guy wakes up before we want him to. Right? So I'm gonna take my rope out. I'm gonna tie him to something. I'm gonna tie rope through his mouth. All right? I'm gonna leave his nose open so he doesn't die.
Okay.
But I'm gonna tie this guy up like I've never tied anything.
Well, that's
Right.
not a good way to tie him. It's actually probably the worst way.
I'm gonna tie him up like I'm an expert sailor. Okay. Tying a knot, to save the ship in the middle of a hurricane.
Okay, so this guy is bound to
That's what I tried to say the first time.
A pillar.
the pillar, tucked away in the shadows there.
Yes.
And it
very,
seems-
very shadowed.
seems
Out
pretty
of the
secure.
way.
Yeah.
Out of sight.
I'm being very
completely
clear.
from every.
This man will
angle.
never leave unless I let him go.
Excellent.
That's the kind of tying we're doing.
Okay, perfect. As you're tying him up, you're finishing the last knot, and you do see Vanya. Yes, Corvits. He's come over to investigate you. You see that there is a silhouette of a head with your dark vision that's coming up the stairs, and there's a crossbow drawn.
Oh. I look like the guard right now.
That's true.
You don't have to whisper. It's
You know
D&D and
what?
we're all here.
You guys are taking away all my opportunities to assassinate.
It's your
Last time you murdered a horse and then 30 people died.
Who knows how many people this guy's carrying up the stairs?
You are absolutely on probation right now.
All right, so Vanya, you see this.
I'm itching to use my marksman crossbow, Kate.
Some murders. It's going to use some murder.
I won't. I will go and back into shadow, I guess. If I'm facing it, whatever. I'm gonna stealth, okay?
All right, roll me a stealth check.
And signal to these two to.
Let's start with the stealth check.
Okay.
No, do the signal first. We need to be able to see you doing it.
Let's start with the stealth check.
She's stealth.
right.
Great. Great.
Stealth check. Roll it. You have like a +20 to stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I'm
It'll
not
be fine.
worried about
What's
that.
the worst thing that could happen unless you rolled a Go roll.
Okay.
Go for it.
Just roll the dice.
The worst.
You're making
already-
it
Making
nervous.
me anxious.
You've already
if-
said what
But
you're
what
going
if
to
they
do.
can't see me when I signal like
I
you
was
said?
joking.
Then
so
anything
much
could
to-
possibly happen. Go ahead and roll the dice for me. Please be a 1.
It's not a 1.
Vanya, what are you doing? Stop prancing around in the shadows and get over
Dancing
here.
in front of the stairs, can't you see?
What'd you roll?
A 2.
Not a 1.
With a...
bonus.
I think it's 8, but let me look at.
Let me look at...
It's
Come
an
on,
8.
go ahead and look it.
A 10.
Okay. So as you attempt to stealth out of the way, a bolt heads off your direction. And we're going to roll initiative. But,
Wait a minute.
Oh boy.
They
Yeah.
don't have dark vision.
You're standing in the moonlight on a balcony.
You never said there was a moonlight.
Oh my God, I've said at least 3 or 4 times.
When did this? Since when did this world have a moon?
I thought it was cloudy this whole time.
And I am rolling damage on that one.
Oh boy, he's already rolling damage. You better roll some initiative. Oh yeah.
He is going to hit you for 11 damages.
24 on my initiative.
24?
11 damages.
11 damages.
You got your new reaction
Stone got an 11.
to half damage.
Oh, yeah. I want to do that.
You said 11.
11.
Okay. So you do half damage?
She takes half damage from
Yeah.
her.
So then it rounds up.
Yes.
Yes. And Gerald, what'd you get, buddy?
6.
6. All right. And
That's not right.
all right. So that was Vanya, Stone, Xaeryn, and Bad Guys.
I think that's wrong.
All right. So Vanya, you're up.
Great.
That's fantastic.
Great, good, wonderful, terrific.
Great, grand one.
I want to kill him.
Okay.
Assassinate, okay?
He's already aware of you.
Yeah.
He just happened to catch me in the crossfire,
He's
okay?
also not.
Crossfire. I'm not sure you know what that means. All right. You gonna roll an attack here, friend?
Yes.
Let's do it.
No.
Okay, don't.
I'm going to
Assassinate.
Filibuster.
whisper.
Whisper, okay?
Auto hit.
Auto hit.
That, no,
what
I
you
don't have to.
whispered?
No, I'm saying.
Said you were gonna whisper auto hit.
Roll damage, please.
Okay. What's my damage? You have my character sheet.
Try to fix it. Same
A
as always.
You
D6.
should probably get yourself a copy of your character sheet at some
You
point.
could also delay until he's engaged so you can get sneak attack.
I can't do that. I can do that.
Sure, you sure can.
I want to do that. Steve does not look like he wants me to do that.
Yeah, so you're gonna delay your turn.
Yeah. How does that work?
You say I delay, and then
you move on to Stone.
after anyone's action, you say I'm gonna go now.
Yeah, so
Really?
Yeah.
I delay.
Stone. Okay, so Stone, you're up.
Wait. Hold on.
Oh my dear God.
Sorry.
You've already done your thing.
You were supposed to roll like 30 minutes ago.
I can get sneak attack even if I'm not stealthed, and he's still aware of me.
If
You
he's
get sneak
engaged
attack
with
if he's
someone else.
engaged.
Engaged. Okay.
Yeah. But if like he has a magical force field he could put up.
Tired DM
This
wants
is
to
the-
kill Vanya.
This is the best card ever. Stone, you're up.
Okay, so I kind of forgot what was happening because of all that.
You're just
Guy
a
came
best
up,
guard.
shot an arrow at her, and
Yep.
she did essentially nothing. And now it's my turn. Yes?
Correct.
Okay, great. So
Why are you looking at me like that?
Stone, you're up.
great. Is he in eyesight?
Yes.
He sees us.
Yes.
He shot at her. He sees all of us.
Correct. Well, he sees 2 guards and Vanya.
She's very upset about taking
First guy's down. Man, I mean, hate to be a broken record, but I kind of want to just telepush this dude around. The other one was grapple.
I
This
have
was
a
a
new
push,
favorite power.
dude.
Wait.
He's going. I mean, we're on a balcony. Really.
We're on a balcony.
Whoa. You're in guard gear,
He is
remember?
inside and he's coming up the stairs.
But you're in guard gear.
All right. How close is Vanya to me?
5 feet,
5 feet.
6 feet,
Great.
6.5
I
feet.
pull my crossbow out and aim it at her.
Stone, you traitor!
Okay.
I told you not to use my real name.
And,
You don't know your real name.
and you're going to try to convince this guy that you're now apprehending her.
How much did he see?
I don't know. Why don't you roll deception and we'll find out.
I have the armor clearly.
Oh boy, I don't even. This felt like a good plan a minute ago. Like a terrible plan now. Here we go. I'm committed. I say I'm committed. All right. Yeah, we are so deceptive. That's got a +0 on it. That's a 5. Man, good thing this guy's stupid.
And it's dark out.
Tell from looking at him.
All right. So that's your turn?
Wait, all right. So no, hang on. Here's what happens. He looks at me.
That's
I'm like, let me save this. Right? He sees us.
Yes.
Fires at Vanya.
established.
He fires at Vanya.
Yep.
Sees us both of us clearly. I go, whoa, and get her. And I point my crossbow at her.
I don't even.
And he's like,
didn't even see her. Good thing you showed up.
and he kind of goes, huh? And
Scene.
how much turn do I have left? See, I got a bonus action hiding in here somewhere, right? I'm gonna push this jerk around. This guy's gonna get knocked the F back. I gave him a chance to buy my story, you know? It was a kind of an upfront, polite thing to do, I felt. But at this point, whoopish, I'm gonna open up a can of whoop ass on this guy with some push. Since I am a master of force at level 5 now. 5 feet per 1d8 force damage per side point spent.
How many you gonna spend?
Guess how many I can use at a time.
5.
Yeah, I'm gonna use how many. Man, people in our level are kind of around the 20 to 30 hit point area, right?
Depends on who. She is. I'm not. I'm near 50.
He looks beefy. He's wearing armor. 5.
Does he have
All
any
right.
cheese?
full ass push.
Ass push.
Push that.
Yeah. All right.
Please roll your dice.
So 1d8 times 5, and then and that's going to be up to 25 foot push as well. He's gonna.
this.
Push him right out the window.
Here we go.
He is coming upstairs, by the way, which means
Boom. All right, here we go. That's an 8. Off to a good start. 9.
that's good.
I have
Another
a few
8.
other D8s here. Wait,
17.
I have a few other D8s here. You can
He wants to do it one by one.
roll
22.
them all. Right.
26.
All right. So
Bam!
this guy was coming up the steps. He
Scared him too.
He saw your impressive exchange, didn't buy a single piece of it. Next thing you know,
And suffer the consequences.
he flies off the stairs, smacks into the chandelier hanging in the stairs, ricochets off of it,
Yes.
and his neck comes down on the banister.
Yes. And then
And you hear this god awful, like if you've ever like cracked celery. Yeah, that's his neck. And that resolves the combat.
He had celery in his neck.
I think I dislodged a potential choking hazard.
You saved him, so
Yes.
good job.
All right.
I look at just real quick. I know that's like bonus action's over, but this is when Stone looks at Xaeryn and goes, actually to everyone, it just goes, time to go. Circle finger. Roll out.
Okay.
That's bad news.
We ride.
Are
We
you
should
going?
go out the back.
The back is a balcony that
That's
overlooks
the way we came from.
So
Right. But it seems that the guards are coming in from the front.
So you're gonna go down the side and go around the side of the house.
We just go back the way we came. We just climbed up thing, push a bunch of people around, and leave. They're like, I guess maybe we'll try this again another time.
If we could do a quick recap, I've been writing this down.
Good.
Effectively, at this point, you're trespassing.
Yes.
You've assaulted an officer. You effectively kidnapped an officer, and now manslaughter.
Okay, great.
You know this
murder.
is on stone, right?
Yeah, Xaeryn has done none of these.
Man, I mean, I
wanna
just
say I'm
leveled
bad.
up. I just leveled up, Your Honor. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Was it
Your Honor.
power corrupts absolutely, or absolute power?
Power corrupts and absolute power
Yeah.
corrupts absolutely.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Stone has been corrupted by power.
Yeah. I mean,
All right.
I just wanted
I
to
think
be a
any
little
jury
push
would
down
understand.
the stairs.
Yes.
Just a little push.
I was just trying to say, no, stop. I put my hand up and say stop, and it's new power.
Just gotta get it under
It's
control.
out of hand.
Cool.
All right.
So, off the side, and then we'll make our way to the House of Corvits.
The House of Corvits. Perfect. All right. So grappling hooks, rope, that sort of thing.
How far down is it to the shrubbery?
About 20 feet. You gotta drop into the shrub.
She's offended by that.
Very annoyed.
20 feet. Why is it always 20
I
feet?
know. I just want to
Everything's
jump down.
Yeah.
Can I like acrobatically just like
Roll
jump
me an
and flip
acrobatics.
I'm going to break a leg. Here it comes.
If it's not high enough, I'm not doing it.
It's high enough. It's 20 feet.
She Sherlock Holmes sees the potential fall.
What'd you roll there, friend?
I rolled a 15 plus 8.
All right. So Stone and Xaeryn take their ropes and, well, one rope because Stone has dedicated his to
Yes.
kidnapping. And scale
It's
down the
50
side.
feet, though.
As
I mean,
they
that cut
are
off a
scaling
little
down the side, Vanya leaps off the railing. And that's where we're going to cut to a break.
Man. Why are we here? What brought us to this point? For me, it was when I got my first Nintendo. Santa Claus brought me a game called Final Fantasy. Years later, I would learn that that game was based off the original Dungeons & Dragons. That and watching Star Trek and Star Trek The Next Generation with my father and several other pieces in my life that brought me to Dungeons & Dragons along with a crew of friends. I think we all generally get introduced in that way. Whatever brought you here, please check out mythsandmystics.com. We have a lot of lore and information you can find there. There are links to our Twitch for live streaming. Check out our YouTube videos. Thanks again for watching, and we will return to the show now.
And welcome back from the break. Hope you had some time to go get yourself a Slim Jim or another tasty meat treat.
I didn't.
Yeah, not a sponsor. Just to be clear, no sponsors.
Yeah.
There's no. We don't have any of the meal in a box that you cook thing, or you just eat it right out of the box.
Blue ribbon.
Yeah, I don't advise.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah,
Can't say that.
yeah, lawsuit. Yeah, you got to cook that shit. Like you can't just eat it right out of the box.
Yeah.
Just raw.
That's where the gas station has it figured out.
Yeah, is there a,
Everything there, you just, you just unwrap it.
They got them on the little spinny things.
Yeah.
Like, can you get that for your George Foreman?
Like the FedEx guy's cooking it on the way.
Welcome back. Where we left off, our heroes have. If this were Grand Theft Auto, I think we're at 2.5 stars.
Yeah. And I think you mean hero.
Are you sure?
Just the one.
Just stone.
I'll let you all decide who that one hero is. But you've scaled down the side of the building. Vanya left off of the building in a very dramatic fashion. And with your roll, there is a tall, like decorative tree that what do they call those? The ones that are all shaped bonsai. Thank you.
Tree.
I had
And
money.
you,
I sent that telepathically.
I saw it happen, which doesn't make it telepathic.
That would not be.
And you are able to slide down said bonsai tree, and you land gracefully
Bam.
in a mulch bed. And
You know what?
what? It's a soft landing.
She is offended by mulch as well.
Yeah, I'm
Easily
sorry.
offended. Delicate. But you're now down on the ground, and you do notice that there's one guard that seems to be kind of curious, as he thought he might have heard something, that's now headed over to the house. On foot, on the ground.
Okay.
He doesn't see you.
Stone is going to post up by an entryway with his.
You're in guard armor.
Take the spear.
Own it.
Oh, you still have that spear?
Sentry style, standing. Yep.
Okay.
At the entry.
Well, you guys are on the side of the house here, so you're tucked away in the shadows.
Okay, then
So-
I'm gonna walk around like I'm patrolling.
Okay.
Same.
I just want to get to an entry that someone might discover us from, and head it off at the pass.
Okay. So you kind of push your way up there. Xaeryn, are you following with?
Walking like I own the place.
Okay. And then Vanya, shadows. Mm-hmm. All right. So here's what I'm going to need from Stone and Xaeryn. I need deception checks, and from Vanya, I need stealth. That didn't look strong up there.
And so
What do
that's
we
an
get?
18 for Stone.
Okay.
I mean, I don't get any sort of advantage or bonus because I'm wearing this guy's face
What'd you roll?
poorly.
Four.
Deception's plus
27.
I rolled an 11 total.
Okay. So in this situation, I'm averaging your rolls because you're working in tandem here, and then with Vanya, 27. Like you sneak past everything. Like
For the rest of the time we're in the
like
neighborhood.
you're not even sure where you're at. Like, just misting like a ghost through walls and such. All right. So as far as you can tell, Vanya, you seem like you're pretty dang hidden. And you two, as you're walking out, there's the guard that's approaching. He's like, "Oh, what? You heard anything going on in this house? Thought I heard someone yell.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about someone yelling in this house. Did you hear anything?"
No, get out of here.
All right then. Well, that's kind of harsh. I mean, thought we were friends, all on the same side. We're gonna play
I
cards.
start
later.
walking on my patrol again.
It's okay. Nice talk. Nice
Did you
talk.
say I thought we were friends on Facebook? No. He goes and unfriends me immediately.
Jerk! I thought we were friends. No, he looks up at the house again. He kind of shifts his posture a little bit, and he nods. He's like, "All right then. I'm just concerned, but carry on." And he walks back the other way.
Great.
You're now standing down on a very wide stone road. Not stone road.
My road.
Yes. God bless America. Very well kept, swept, the whole 9 yards. And this is like a big square shaped road that goes around the town. In the center, there's a big fountain and some gardens. And I will say on the northern walk there is that Titan. But along the rest of the way, on the south end, is where the giant gate is that leads to the rest of Orin. The house that the guard told you about is directly across the way. There's a fountain in the way, but do you want?
And the Titan's on the other side of the fountain.
He's on the north side, so you would
If
need
you're going
to
to say he's north, then where are we?
We're south.
You're on the west end.
And,
And
so
Corvits is on
we
the
need to head
east.
to the east side.
Correct.
So I think it makes sense to go around the south side.
Okay.
All right.
acting
I'm gonna have to
all-
agree.
Yeah.
So you
Just on patrol.
on patrol.
Trolling.
Just passing by.
There's a lot of real cheesy nods
Hey, and beefy?
and beefy nods.
Beefy men making cheesy nods. Yeah?
Gonna tip my hat to you.
By gosh, you've done it.
And there's one of the guards walking by says, "Nice."
Beef and cheese, man. We did it.
Like what you're doing there. And you make your way around, and just a kind of a side note, as you're passing the that main gate that goes into Orin, you can see that there are these massive wooden gate doors that obscure everything, and there's some large mechanisms that are used to open it and whatnot.
Okay.
There's a couple guards standing over there, but they're completely not paying attention to anything. They're smoking, hanging out, just chatting.
For the record, Vanya is not. I don't know if they're patrolling in the street or not.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be going like house to house, stealthing
Yep.
around.
Staying
the way.
in cover.
Yeah.
You got it. Perfect.
Shows.
So you make your way around the bend, and you're coming up on this pale yellow house, and you are noticing. Why don't we roll a perception check here before I tell you?
I do believe that is my first natural 20 in some time.
Nice.
16 on a die for stone is going to be a 21.
Looks a little cocked.
Your die is cocked.
I thought it was cocked.
We don't take cocked die.
Cock die.
She's going to re-roll.
Oh! Stealing my thunder!
Another 20. Nice. All right.
See everything.
So as you're coming up this row of houses here, you start to notice that on the doorways there are nameplates, and some of them are like super fancy, elaborate, like engraved in gold and whatnot. And as you're approaching this pale yellow house, you can see that this one has a sign that says, effectively, House of Corvits, and there is a guard there standing at the front door. With your keen perception, I will say, he wasn't standing there long. He just was kind of stopping on his patrol, and you're able to kind of change your gait and how you're walking to time it so that he's leaving as you're approaching. I'll give that one to you because you got 2 20s on it. That was good.
So it looks like you guys are coming to take his post.
Yep.
Perfect.
So this house, massive polished stone stairs going up to the house, big double doors on the front, big wooden oak doors, and it's probably a good 3 stories tall, but it's kind of like that Victorian style where you've got like the that one big tower kind of thing on the side and whatnot, and it looks like there's a balcony on the back just like the other house, and there's a balcony on the front as well, 2nd stories.
No back door.
Can knock and deliver a message.
Do you want to venture around to the back?
I don't have to like be in the back, but I'm assuming I'm on the side of the house, so I want to peek around.
Okay. So, Vanya, you make your way down there, and you kind of poke your head around the corner, and there is this sprawling garden behind his house. And the other houses have some foliage and whatnot, some shrubberies. But this one, it's like there's been some time and care put into it. And there's little benches and whatnot. And you see that there's some lattice work that goes up the side that goes right up to that 2nd floor balcony.
But no other entryway.
There's a back door. There's plenty of windows too if you want to venture in the window.
Okay, and one more question. Are there any lights on?
Not that you can see. Okay. Oh wait, you both rolled 20s.
I know.
There is a faint candlelight in the 2nd floor window closest to you, that corner.
How long has it... Okay. Since we were at the place with the butcher, right? Mm-hmm. We followed Vern and Marv. Vin and Marv here.
Not really. To
Have
the
they
barracks.
had... We followed them to the barracks. And then how much time between then and when we've gone to this? Do we think they've gotten to Corvits yet? Corvits.
No.
I don't think so either. I think the play here is pound on the door and be the guards from the building,
Yes. Agreed.
All right.
Okay. So At this point, you're kind of operating independently because Vanya's on the side.
Yeah, but she's so good at stealthing, I can't even psionically find her.
We don't know where she went.
So she's just gone. She pieced out.
She's doing her thing.
All right,
Hoping
so,
she's got our backs.
so you two start to walk up those front steps. Vanya, what are you doing?
Can I see them go up to the front steps?
From where you're at, you saw them walk up to the front of the house. You can't see them going up the steps.
I'm going to hang out where I'm at for a moment and perceive, I guess, see what I hear.
Yeah.
Like, I see the lights, see if anything changes.
She's like Daredevil now.
Yeah.
You see what she hears. You did a roll 20.
Yeah. So right now, you do hear that they're knocking on the front door. Boom, boom, boom. Is this just a casual knock?
It's very...
That's urgent.
It's a very weird guards that know you and should be here. Knock.
Very descriptive. I like it. I like it. That's the kind of narrative exposition I'm looking for in my D&D games.
Yeah, I did that.
No, knocks
yeah, I
had
did
so much variance.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I could tell from a knock
is
a lot
why
about a
he-
man.
what
This is why
Corvit
you don't
says
knock
to
when you
himself.
come over.
No, don't knock at all.
Just walk right in. All right. So with this knocking,
No, it's assertive. Bum, bum, bum.
Also Morse code to convey all that information at once.
excellent.
Bum, bum,
It's very
bum, bum,
suggestive.
bum, 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 bum,
Vanya,
bum,
you
bum.
hear on the second floor an abrupt scoot of a chair against the wood floor and a slight hesitation. And you do notice that the candlelight that was in there is now moving out of the room.
Look it, he scooched.
You said, look it.
And now, Xaeryn, you notice that you see candlelight coming down the stairs in sort of a very slow, staccato sort of motion down the steps.
Oh, take forever.
I knock again. Bum, 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 bum.
And you see there's a curtain hanging up in the window of the door, and he pulls it back, and you barely see the shape of a head in the window, and he what's going on?
Urgent message for you, sir.
What is it?
It's about the building, the warehouse, and the dead. And
Bodies.
the bodies.
You hear
But it's best that we don't discuss this while we're out here.
you hear a series of latches and locks going.
Is it like
down the door.
30 down the door?
Yeah, and it's one of those deals where he leaves certain ones unlocked, so he's going, son of a bitch, and he's
Locks
go
it
back.
I knock again.
He said, give me a minute, and the door opens, and you see the frame of an elderly man, balding, his all sorts of liver spots and whatnot, and gray, white, sort of wiry beard. He says, What do you know? What's happening?
Stone's going to look both directions and say, may we come in?
Yes, come in right away.
All right. As we enter, I shut the door and start sliding latches and give Xaeryn a nod.
Wait, no, there's no need for all of that. What's going on with the building?
Corvits.
Yes.
I like Corvits already.
What's going on?
Were you aware of the hundreds of bodies that were brought there?
Yes, the plague. Yes, we've been collecting, getting the scourge rid of the land. The land rid of the scourge. It's late. What is it that you want?
There was an incident.
What?
An incident.
I heard, but what? I'm old, but I haven't completely lost my hearing, boy. What's the incident? What happened? You didn't let that thing out, did you? What's going on?
So Vanya, when she sees the candlelight go, is going to make her way up the
The lattice there. Yeah. Yeah, I need some kind of check here. I'm gonna need. I feel like might be athletic.
dexterity,
I'll allow it.
because it's. I mean, that
nimble.
isn't necessarily.
Yeah.
Oh,
Another nat 20.
fire.
You simply
She
just
floats up.
one finger up, and you just raise no. You nimbly climb up without making any noise as you climb up the lattice and slink your way over the top of the balcony there. And you see that there are 2 sets of double doors. There's one that goes into the room, and then there's one that goes into some other bedroom.
Into the room.
Okay. So you push your way in. The door is unlocked, and you see it's a very nice bedroom, but it's kind of like your grandparents' bedroom back in the day, where like it's got like the stale smell, and like it's not great, and it's very old furniture, and you see that there's a desk there. Outside of that, there's an armoire, there's a bed, and I'm going to need a perception check for this room in particular to see if I give you anything else.
Jeez.
On fire.
Right.
Was that a 19?
No, that's a 10.
10.
Oh, we'll
bonuses.
bonuses at first.
15.
Still very good. So as you look around the room, you see that there is a small chest that is on like a nightstand kind of deal. And there's a number of papers that are on the desk that look like they've been kind of shoved off to the side a bit.
I'll start looking through I am going to close the door, by the way.
Okay.
Does it really make noise?
That's the noise I just made. It's not very loud.
Okay. I'll start looking through the paper.
All right. So as you're looking through the papers, you're standing there in front of a bunch of paintings of portraits of, looks like probably Corvits' children, grandchildren, the likes thereof, his wife. And there is several pieces of parchment. They look pretty rough. They actually have a bit of a smell to them. And each one of them has, the whole page is filled with tally marks. Very crude tally marks, and they look just like the ones from the forge. And in the bottom, there's a number written, circled in red. And as you are fanning out these pages, there's probably 9, 10, 11 pages, and it looks like hundreds of tally marks.
Okay.
You taking it?
Yes. Well, I'll take at least one of them. I mean, do the numbers increase per page?
It varies from page to page. The handwriting's very crude, so you can assume that whoever was making the tally marks probably just knew, hey, make tally marks. They didn't think to like make them the same on every page.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like accumulating page by page the number on the bottom, or if it was just okay. I'll just take one and keep looking through the paper, see if there's anything else of note.
Okay. You do see that there are some little notes that are tucked into the paintings. And
I'm taking them.
you take one of those and you open it. And this one says, to Granddaddy, love you, little happy face. And just looks like a little note from maybe a grandchild. And there's a couple of those, different smiley faces, and you name it.
Okay. Anything in the desk, drawers?
There's some different parchment, some quill pens, things like that. Nothing else too crazy.
Okay, I'll go to the chest.
And go over the chest. It is locked.
I'll pick it.
All right, sleight of hand, please.
All my good rolls.
Used
10.
This seems like it's a little bit more complicated to lock. And you just, given the, I think at this point, you're starting to get your nerves shaking a little bit because you can hear downstairs there's some things going on. So you're really working on this lock. And we're going to cut downstairs to Xaeryn and Stone.
What do you mean the creature?
Yeah, well, there's... Yeah, never mind all that. So what's the news on the building? What is it that you're bothering me at this hour?
Well,
I don't pay you to bother me. What's happening?
No, this is for free. Don't worry. But the creature is dead.
What?
How did it get there?
And you see he turns and he's kind of walking away a bit, and he stops and he... What the hell happened? What did you do? Did you let someone in there? No one was supposed to get in there. No. What'd you do?
No.
It was you, wasn't it? And now he's getting in your face and he's pointing his bony little finger up in your face. It was you. You did it. Didn't you? You let someone in there. You let someone in there.
I think the point is he's going to take off that stupid looking helmet. I think the point here is that the creature is dead and we need to know how it got there.
Are you now turning into Xaeryn?
Yeah, he's slowly
Did you get it? I got that.
I was hoping that was what was happening.
Like a
I just want to make
crossfade
sure
of personalities.
it's craziness. Your face drips down into the form of Xaeryn's ghastly face.
His otherworldly, intimidating.
Yes, roll intimidation, please.
All right. 20.
Whew. He says, no, it's all for the good of the Legion. It's all for the good of the Legion. I'm trying to protect the land. That's why we were doing this.
Who told you to do this?
You told me. This has been in the work for years. For years and years. No one told me to do this.
Stone's just going to start pulling curtains closed and things around the room in a very we do this all the time type of way.
Who did you plan this with?
Well, I guess I have to because of your intimidation roll. There's been a council for some time. Listen, we've been relying on the hub too long. We've had to rely on them to keep the plague in control, and the plague, that's the only reason the hub serves any purpose now. And what with the Arcos coming to power, we can't afford to wait any longer. We have to take our control into our own hands. Those titans are the future of the Legion.
So, you would say that if you need to murder a few innocents along the way, it's worth the price of having your control.
Murder? No, it's not murder. What we do isn't murder. No, you think those titans just happen? You think they just appear one day? No, the sacrifice that goes into making those is countless. The amount of souls we have to harvest to make those titans a possibility, those creatures don't have any thought.
You have confessed to great evil here.
You know nothing.
I do not know who you work with, but you have one final chance. With your final breaths you take upon this world, you can do the right thing. You can tell me who it is you planned this with.
Well, if it's worth something to you. Baron Liam was one of them. But there's many of us. And we will not stand for the hub any longer. And we will not stand to have innocent Legion soldiers die out on the battlefield any longer. These titans are the future. These titans pave the way. And you? Who are you working for?
Justice. I'll grab him by the throat.
Yes!
Epic.
So you grab him by the throat. And what are your intentions here? What are you doing?
He's going to get tied up and ritualized.
Okay.
Purified. Redeemed.
Picking up what he's putting down.
Go ahead and walk me through it.
Okay. So, despite his protests, he will be laid on the ground, and his feet will be bound. I will throw the rope up over a rafter, chandelier, or whatever it takes. Mm-hmm. He will hang upside down and state his judgment before Tyr and the Gods of Justice. You have been judged guilty of murder, of innocence, and of work in necromancy. Your fate is clear and it is sealed.
You will fall like the rest of them. You work for the hub, don't you? Blood covers the wall in one fell swoop as Xaeryn takes his dagger and paints the wall with his blood.
And make my ritual insertions of purification and redemption, and I will nail the parchment to his chest. That is the ancient scripture stating what he is judged guilty of.
And I'm imagining that Vanya, that chest was small enough to pick up. It's like a jewelry box kind of deal. bring it downstairs with you.
I didn't check the armoire.
Okay. So as this is going on downstairs, and Stone,
She's just looting the place.
So Vanya goes over to the armoire, and there's just some old clothes in there.
Okay.
Nothing too great.
So, like, I'm looking for, which could be in the chest, any indication of who he's working with, any correspondence between him and anyone else. And the only thing I've found so far are the tallied pages and the notes from children, correct?
Yeah, correct. So
I'll look. I mean, I went through the desk. Is there anything else?
not
No?
in this room, no.
All right, I'll take the chest down. If it's not in there, maybe we'll search the house, all three of us.
So Vanya, you crack open the door, and as you step out onto the hallway, from the room to your right, you hear a bell, almost like a small like jingle bell kind of deal, just start rattling. And down in the courtyard, you see one Titan, his head pop up and point his head towards the house of Corvits. And that is where we're going to end this week's episode. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time.